So let's talk about identifying beliefs. Identifying belief systems for me actually started by getting in tune with the words that I was using and the words that I was hearing. So as I started paying more attention to what I was saying, it gave me access to the thoughts that were reoccurring in my mind. The average person has 60 to 80,000 thoughts in a day. So at first, it was actually significantly easier for me to see them when I wrote. So by taking the time to put my words down on paper, whether I wrote with my hands or I typed it out, it started to expose what I was thinking and the beliefs that I had in my mind already, which showed why I was creating the reality I was creating. So after I became accustomed to the different patterns, I would start to hear myself when I was speaking. And with everything I heard, I would hear it in music, I would hear it in television, I would hear it with other people. I actually later gained this awareness that everything I was hearing was a result of my beliefs as well. So I was actually mishearing things so that it would support my beliefs. The mind was playing tricks on me. It was amazing to see. So the beliefs that put a smile on my face or brought warmth within my body, those were clearly empowering beliefs. They were in line with my heart intentions. And those beliefs that caused fear, anger, or sadness were actually riddled with disempowering beliefs. So my awareness of what I was thinking, saying, feeling, and doing began to grow enormously. I actually began to see my emotions more clearly versus saying things like, that made me feel good or bad, which is really a generic way of speaking, good and bad. It's a judgment. I could actually get really specific with which emotion I was feeling. And thus, I actually ended up building a roadmap of how each emotion corresponded to specific messages from my heart telling me whether I was in alignment or out of alignment. Now, I outline this in the Emotional Mastery Program offered here on Evolve Life. Definitely worth getting into when you're done with this course. You'll start to develop some of these distinctions just by practicing belief hacking. So I was actually increasing my emotional intelligence as a result of belief hacking, as a result of this awareness. Belief hacking is definitely where to start to slow down the mind. So this opened me up to deeper distinctions for myself and deeper connections with every single person around me. I began to realize that no emotion is inherently good or bad. They are all just messengers that allow me to align with my heart intentions. So feeling love, that's empowering. Feeling fear, anger, that's disempowering until there's distinctions on the messages that there are. So something that brings me to anger or sadness is actually a gift now in this new way of being. Because the fastest way to belief hack is actually in real time. So every time I experiencing something that, or someone that upsets me, it's a revelation, it's a revealing that I have a disempowering belief. I only get upset after I have given meaning to something that happens and judge it as bad and true. So when someone says something that hurts my feelings, it's actually showing me that somehow, somewhere, I believe what they're saying to be true about me. If I don't believe it, somebody's like, oh, your hair is orange. I don't think twice about it because I know my hair is not orange, at least not today. So give you a scenario. If a person is shouting obscenities, and maybe they're even saying something like, you're a lazy piece of shit to me, while looking in my direction, they might be across the street, or they might be my best friend. I know that they are just crazy. They're out of their mind. I know that none of what they're saying is true. I don't take it personally. I don't get absorbed in it. I don't get upset. In fact, I may even consider that what others say about me is what they actually believe to be true about themselves. And from that place, then I start to have compassion And I can even respond from a place like, oh my gosh, that person must be in a lot of pain, because I don't take their anger on. I see their anger, I see their discomfort, their pain, and I see their energy that they're holding on to, and they're attempting to give it to me. I won't take it because it's not true for me. Now, if I have a belief that the same person looks in my direction and they say something like, you don't deserve to be loved, which is something that I wrestled with in my life, when I believed it, even in the smallest bit, when I believed that I don't deserve to be loved, then I would be so hurt. I'd be so upset. And before responding, I learned this is a great time to pause and take inventory. When I get upset, I pause and take inventory before I speak. Because when they've exposed a belief that in my belief system, I believe to be true, then if I speak too quickly without the pause, I may even feel anger and start shouting back. And speaking out of anger is a destructive force, and it does more damage to me than it does to the other person. It actually will unveil my anger. So anytime I get upset, it's a clear indicator that I have a program that is running a disempowering belief. Anytime things don't go my way and I get if I get upset about it, it's a result of some kind of limiting belief that I may have. Now, when the deeper distinctions with the emotions, you kind of see some loopholes almost in here, but we'll get to that when you get into that course. But for now, just believe it to be absolutely accurate. Now, the more limiting beliefs I can expose, the better. Sometimes bringing them to awareness is all that's required for them to dissolve. However, there are more advanced methods that will allow me to replace those beliefs, actually take the limiting belief and turn it into an empowering belief. Now remember that an empowering belief may at some point become a disempowering belief, and a disempowering belief may at some point become an empowering belief. And even my empowering beliefs, my new empowering beliefs, may be expanded upon so that I may actually continue to grow them. So understand that identifying these beliefs is extremely important to the dissolution process, and that when I create a new belief, I may have to come back later and re-engineer it, unless I get the perfect one at that point in time, which I have yet to do. I continuously am changing my belief systems to bring in larger, more exciting, more profound realities, more experiences of what heaven on earth is, because I'm exponentially expanding who I am and what I think is possible. So let's get down and really identify as many limiting beliefs as we possibly can in this next practice. I invite you to just put them all out, the ones that are even the darkest ones that you wouldn't want anybody to know about. This is the place to put them down. This is the place to change them so you'll never have to deal with them again. We're going to start hacking the beliefs and rewriting them in the next module. So you're getting really close here. This is really exciting. Thank you for doing this work. It's very courageous. You change the freaking world by doing this stuff. The whole entire experience of reality and everybody around you gets up-leveled by identifying these beliefs and then recreating them to something that serves you and is empowering.